Okay, welcome. My name is Abdi Malik, and in this video, I'm going to be showing you quickly how to create proxies. Okay, if you're watching this video, I think it's pretty much safe to assume that you know what proxies are, and you have a clear understanding of the interface of Adobe Premiere. Okay, but if you don't know what proxies are, the easiest way that I can explain is if you are working with 2K, 4K, or even 8K footage within your timeline, it's very frustrating to try to preview it, to just overall working within your timeline just becomes difficult unless you got this super high-end PC. It's pretty difficult to work with those high resolutions. So what proxies do is it allows you to work with a lower resolution within your timeline. And then once you're done editing it, you will be able to untoggle the proxy. That's the key thing. You want to make sure that you untoggle that. I'll show you guys all that stuff. You untoggle that proxy thing, and then you can export it without worrying about your final footage being not at the highest resolution that it should. Okay, there are some things that you do not want to use proxy for, like when you color grading. If you do it while the proxy is on, it's not going to be accurate. So you don't want to do that. And there are certain effects that you do not want to apply while you're using proxies. Okay, so those are just some things to keep in mind. But the rest, I'm just going to assume that that's all that you need to know for now. If you need in-depth in-depth video of like talking about proxies into detail, then this is not that video. Okay, with that being said, enough time, let's get into it. Okay, let me put myself on this side. Okay, so right now here I'm working on a wedding. This was a cultural wedding that I recorded, and obviously there is some color grading that I need to do at the end, but for now I'm not going to worry about that. I just want to show you guys how to create the proxies. Okay, let's get into it. So first, make sure that you go to your project, then find the files that you want to convert to, well, not convert, but create proxies for. Select all of them or the ones that you want to create proxies for. In this case, I have it somewhat organized. I already created proxies for these ones. That's what you see here. But I wanted to create proxies for these here, the nikah ones. And then once you selected the files the footages that you want to create proxies for, all you do is right click. Make sure it's on top of while you're hovering over the selected ones, okay? And then click on the proxies, okay, proxy, and then you should see create proxy right here. And then once you click on that, it will bring this window up. Once you get this window, yours might be the default H.264. I highly recommend that you change this to QuickTime because QuickTime seems to work better. So you choose that. And then this here, the preset, is basically where you get to choose what you want the quality to be for your proxies, okay? For the proxies is basically what you will be seeing here while the proxy toggle is on, okay? For me, I find the medium to be perfect. But if you want to choose high resolution, ProRes high resolution, you're more than welcome to. But medium is the perfect in between, because all you're doing is basically previewing it in that quality. It's not going to be exported in that quality, so you don't really need to worry about it. I would not add watermark. You can if you want to, but I would not add watermark or mess up with any of these. And I will just leave it that. And then the destination, this is where you want to choose where you want your proxies to be stored, okay? For me, I find it easy if I just keep it within the original media, and it puts in its own separate folder, okay? It will put it in its own separate folder, and it will title it proxies, so that way you know those are the proxies for that footage that you are working on, okay? For instance, the ones that I already created for the proxies, these are the ones, okay? For the venue, I already created a proxy. And then what the Adobe did was put another folder within this venue folder, and it's called proxies. I prefer this method because the footage stays together and you know that these here are proxies of this, okay? These are the high quality ones and these are the lower quality that I'm working on within my timeline, okay? So if you want to create like a separate folder that's not within the original media, you are more than welcome to by just choosing the bottom option and then hitting browse. It's also important that you already have media encoder for this to work properly, okay? So if you don't have media encoder, I highly encourage you that you download media encoder before you hit OK and move forward with the process, okay? So let's get back to this one. Once you choose the destination, just click OK. And then what Adobe will do is it will create proxy jobs and then it will send it to media encoder. You see? It's literally popping in all those footage, okay? So once it comes here, it really depends on the amount of footage that you're creating proxies for, and it also depends on your PC. If you have a high-end PC, then this will not take that long, and if your footage is like just 2K, in my case, it's just 2K, it's not 4K, so it will be faster than if you're working with 8K or if you're working with like a really huge file. So for this, the good thing with media encoder is that while it's working, you can just go do whatever you want and you just save the work that you have going on other tabs or any other software, and then you can just hit right here, you can just hit auto computer shutdown, so that way it will just shut it down for you. But in most cases, I find within 5 minutes, I'm literally using the computer, the PC, and it just gets done on time. I don't have to worry about it. Once that is done, I can show you guys for this one because this one's already done. Once that's done, you need this button here, toggle what do you call proxies, okay? If you're not seeing this, it's as simple as going to this plus button and then it will show you all the options, all of these buttons, okay? I already have it in there, but let's say you don't. If you don't, you just find this right here, toggle proxies, and then you drag it down here and it will automatically add. Just to show you guys as an example, I don't have this save margins on there. So what I can do is just click, hold, drag, boom, that's it. And then you can close. Oh, you gotta click OK. So click, hold, drag into here, OK. And then now you're good, okay? So once you get this proxy toggle, you can turn it on. Once you turn it on, you can see on your timeline, on your footage, you'll see this little, I can't zoom, but you'll see this little thing turns on. That means it's on. If you turn it off, it will go gray, okay? Once you are done with your footage, you made all your cuts, you made all the things that you need to do, well, don't color grade while this thing's on. Once you're done with the rest, when it's time for you to color grade or when it's time for you to add other effects that it will be fine for you to add while the proxy is on, then you just turn it off. Your edit will stay the same. Nothing will really change, again, except certain effects. Once that's done, you're good. You can export your file without worrying about anything going wrong or whatever, you know. All your cuts will be there, everything will be there. Now is the perfect time for you to add the color grading and all that stuff, and you will be good. It makes life so much easy, okay? So I hope this video helped you guys. Sorry it was a little longer than it should, but I like to give good explanation and not just leave you guys wondering like, oh, what did he do? So yeah. Anyways, with that being said, please consider subscribing to the channel if this video helped you, and I'll see you all in the next one.